Hey Samford fans, welcome into this week's edition of the Samford Sports Wrap-Up presented by Alabama Power. John McAfee's happy to be joined by men's basketball head coach Bucky McMillan. Bucky, as always, appreciate you being here.
Glad to be here.
Well, let's jump straight into the Belmont game, a huge road win for your program. You got to go all the way back to November 2017 to find the last time Belmont lost a home game to a non-conference opponent. What adjustments were made in this Belmont game?
Our guys played a lot more physical and with a lot more effort. We were able to have a game in between the Belmont and the A&M game, and I think that it's just the complete understanding that every second you're out there, you're going to have to play for the team. You're going to have to play as hard as you can possibly play. If that means you can only play 30 seconds and you got to raise your hand, that's what it means. But, we played well. We played well offensively. We shared the ball. Obviously, that team won their conference 13 of the last 14 years, the regular season. So they're a great program. But, I don't like getting too high or too low after one win or loss because it's all practice. It really is. And so we're just looking forward to continuing to get better. Every day we just got to keep getting better until by the end of this year, we've gone from here all the way to here, and we build on that going forward. And that's our goal.
You had to play down the stretch without Christian Guess as well, who was having a huge game, but you lost him with about 12 minutes remaining. But the guys really didn't waver at all. I know at one point Belmont got within 3, but you guys hit a couple of back-to-back crucial three-pointers, and it was never really in doubt at that point. Just talk a little bit about the mental toughness and the confidence of your guys down the stretch.
That's what I was really proud to see. It's like, how would we respond to adversity? And I know our guys, not making excuses for them. They didn't have any scrimmage this year due to the virus. So they hadn't been able to play other teams and be in a lot of adverse situations against other teams. So it's about what can we learn from. So in the first game of the year, we had some situations like where we faced some adversity, couldn't make some shots, had to get some stops, and we didn't respond well. And so what we talked about in that game was just how are we going to respond to adversity, because that's a true test of someone's character in life, and that's obviously what can be a massive determining factor in your success in athletics. And so when we were out there and we saw things go against us, we had to play without AJ the last 4 minutes, we had to play without Christian Guest the last 12 minutes. We were leading by 19 and the league got cut down to 3, on the road. And to see our guys say, nah, not today, we're going to keep going, and we came right back with the confidence and ripped it out of the nets when they scored on us and made 2 back-to-back threes and pushed up and won by 13 and scored 96 points. We didn't hang on. We did it our way, and we were aggressive to the end. And so whether we won or lost that game, I would have been just as happy, just being honest with you, because we played with the confidence, the tenacity, the togetherness that we're going to be accustomed to seeing here.
Talk a little bit about Myron Gordon's game as well. SoCon Player of the Week, 23 and 10 against Belmont, first career double-double for him. I know a couple of weeks ago you talked about how much talent he has and how he's just got to focus on the little things and the little details on a consistent basis. What have you seen from him growth-wise and improvement-wise over the first couple of weeks?
Yeah, Myron's an unbelievable talent, and he's a real competitor, But I think Myron, I think he's starting to trust the team, trust the process. I think he knows that he is a perfect fit for what we're trying to do because he can play so well in the open court. And so, Myron, when he is locked into every single second of the game, when every single second doesn't take one play off, he's as good as anybody in the conference. And so that's what I think we're starting to see, him being more and more locked into every play. And the great part about Myron is such an athlete that, I think Myron played 34 minutes. You would have never known it. In the last possessions of the game, I know he scored a lot of points, but I was most proud of was, that last minute of the game, he rips up there and grabs some big rebounds. And those are the small things I'm talking about, like that is the difference between winning and losing. We're going to score. You wouldn't be playing Division I basketball if you couldn't score. So, if Myron didn't score, someone else probably could have scored that possession. That's kind of the way I look at it now. But when we get Myron, scoring how he scores, and now he's doing the little things, defending, rebounding, I don't know too many players in the conference that can play with Myron.
I know you view these non-conference games as just preparing for the SoCon season and the games that truly count. But at this point, with where you are in the program, in the early stages of building this program, do you view this as a signature win?
Yeah, I think it is because Belmont, they're an established program and they have a great culture, and they're not going to give you a game. You got to go there and take a game, And all the things that their program is about, they do all the small things, they do all the things right. That means more to me than just catching somebody sleepwalking, because that's not what they do. So I thought it was great for us in terms of, something to build on, But, that's the thing. Are we going to keep building? Are we going to take that game to like, let's take a step forward against Georgia on Saturday? And I don't mean win or lose or draw. We may win by 20 and take a step backwards. We may lose by 5 and take a step forward. And that's the thing everybody's got to rally around. Not worry about results, worry about improvement. And that's the one thing I'm proud of is that from our first exhibition till now, we've improved greatly. And so we just got to just keep improving. And, I thought that was a big sign of improvement.
You're in the middle right now of a week-long stretch without a game. Originally, you were going to have a midweek on Wednesday against Alabama State. That was canceled a couple of weeks ago. Do you view this as a good opportunity to get more of your offense and defense in, or do you kind of view it as maybe it halts momentum a little bit from the Belmont game?
Yeah, I like it simply because of the circumstances with COVID. Again, people don't know this, but a month ago, we were practicing with 4 scholarship players. That's how many guys we had injured and guys quarantined. We had coaches out there to make 10. So it's kind of just a weird year, we don't meet the guys till late July, early August, and it's strange. So this, to me, I'm glad we got to practice. In a regular year, when you're in there all summer and you're working, I'd be devastated. But just based on the circumstances, this has been good for us.
Well, as you mentioned, you got an SEC opponent up next going to Athens, Georgia this weekend to face the Georgia Bulldogs. I know you're focused on your own team, but what do you know about Georgia?
Coach Crean is a great coach for Georgia. He's actually been good to me. He recruited some of my players, and he does a good job. They play really hard. They play good defense, better defensively than they were this year than they were last year. And well coached, play hard. They lost one of their best players from last year, but they're playing really together right now, and they've improved tremendously. I think they're 4-0, and so it'll be a good test for us. They're very athletic, so we're going to have to play really hard, and we're going to have to play physical, and got to do every small thing against them right, because if you're not blocking out, you're not doing the small thing, it's going to be automatic tip-ins, because we haven't seen that level of athlete yet. So it will be great for us to play them. It'll be great for us to play them over there. We'll see a lot of adversity in the game, and we'll see how our guys respond to it.
Coach, appreciate your time. Looking forward to Saturday.
Thanks for having me.
It's head coach Bucky McMillan. Bulldogs back in action Saturday at Athens, Georgia. You can catch that game on SEC Network Plus. I'm John McAfee. So that'll do it for this edition of the Samford Sports Wrap-Up presented by Alabama Power.